Hi everyone, my name is McKenna and today we will be talking about the development of self-esteem in early childhood. Laura Burke defines self-esteem as the judgments we make about our own worth and the feelings associated with those judgments. When talking about self-esteem, it's important to discuss the sociometer theory, a theory proposed by Mark Leary that says self-esteem is a psychological gauge that is based off of how accepted the person feels in society and within their own personal relationships. During this time period, a child starts to understand that they are their own being separate from the caregiver and everyone else. In early childhood, the development of a strong sense of self-esteem is crucial as it sets up their future emotional experiences, behavior, and psychological adjustment. Orth conducted a study where he researched the effects the family environment had on the development of self-esteem. His research included 8,711 participants aged 8 through 27 years old. The participants reported biannually on their self-esteem, and the mothers reported biannually on the quality of the family environment. He tested 7 different variables within the quality of the family environment, including quality of parenting, cognition stimulation, physical home environment, quality of parental relationships, presence of father, maternal depression, and poverty status. His research revealed that all of these factors can have an impact on a child's self-esteem. For example, if a mother is depressed, she tends to be less warm and sensitive with her child, thus negatively affecting their self-esteem. Orth's conclusion was that children who develop a secure attachment early on often develop a positive internal working model of themselves. This aids the development of a high self-esteem. In a second study done by Sophia Magro and colleagues, they asked what influences self-esteem and the effects social support had on self-esteem. They performed a cross-sectional study of 1,599 second graders over 3 years. The study suggests that demographic factors such as socioeconomic status and religion, as well as social support, are important predictors of self-esteem as early and middle childhood. The study also reveals that during this time period, children begin to compare their skills and abilities to those of other kids. This usually decreases children's self-esteem as they begin to feel incompetent and believe their peers are better than them. It also displays that children who reported having a higher social support system tended to report a higher self-esteem overall. The primary takeaway from this study is that having family and peer support throughout childhood is essential for developing a strong sense of self-esteem in early and middle childhood, which sets up your self-esteem for your future self. In conclusion, the relationship the child has with the caregiver from early on is crucial for the development of self-esteem, as it sets up a child's attachment and their internal working model. Studies show that a lack of social support may correlate with a lower self-esteem, which follows throughout adulthood. The studies show that a child's self-esteem is largely based on the caregiver's adequacy rather than the child itself. Both of these studies suggest that self-esteem is dependent on interpersonal relationships, suggesting proof for the sociometer theory proposed by Mark Leary. While many people believe that self-esteem is someone's own private beliefs, the sociometer theory says that it's actually based off of other people and how they treat you. For example, when someone feels rejected, their self-esteem almost immediately goes down, whereas if a person is accepted, their self-esteem almost immediately goes up. Based on the two studies, if a child has poor social support, whether it's with family or peers, and a poor family environment, they are more likely to have a lower self-esteem than those of their counterparts.